Alright, you want to say Kalalal,
Halal,
Basham
Hashem
Yoshai,
Yoshai, Hashem
Discussion
Baka
Request
Kodash,
Meeting, double honors to the apostles at GMS, approval,
Khan,
son. You want to say salutations to the brothers on the four corners of the earth, preaching this word in truth and in sincerity. And this is Brother Manatazak from GMS, Trinidad.
there's brother Yaraba.
Um,
Yeah, when I feel light problems here, my God, outside, so again, some problems with the light, my slack here.
I release.
Yeah,
Um, you know, the video today is basically about the fact that wisdom cometh from the Lord and the attributes of wisdom and so on and so forth, right?
Khan,
I go start with scripture from Corinthians
Khan.
1 and 6. I speak to your shame. Is it so that there is not a wise man among you? No, not one that shall be able to judge between his brethren. But brother goeth to law with brother, and that before the unbelievers. Right? So I will stop there. Guys, 1 Corinthians 6, 5 and 6 now. The precept says that is not a wise man among you. Question mark. No, not one shall be able to judge between his brethren. So now, I don't understand any truth that when you come into the truth, right, and you're doing this with truth and sincerity, you have to see past flesh. So when you go into law with a brother, you're going to law with a man. You're going to law with a spiritual creature, how we govern by spirits.
Khan.
You understand? And to be in tune with the spiritual, you have to be, what's the opposite of in tune? On tune? Uh, right? You have to not be in tune with the physical, which means emotions. Right now,
Bro said disconnected. Disconnected.
you're disconnected, right? You're disconnected with your emotions. Understand? Now, a lot of brothers think emotions, you dig? Or let me say soft emotions is the emotions when we talking about when they say, hey, you can't be emotional, but think. You know, that is not the way. No, it's not just being a soft man or you love, and you know, anger is an emotion. Anger, you understand? Is an emotion. That is a derivative of hatred. You understand? So if you have to judge a brother, you cannot do it with anger. Well. That is why for the Passover, that is one of the reasons why for the Passover you had to ask forgiveness and give forgiveness before you go into the service. You understand? You have to cleanse your
Have a,
spirit.
have a precept on that particular thing you just said. I need to
Go
back you
ahead.
up. I haven't brought out this precept in a long time. Yes. Thinking about it. Okay, right? Hold on. So this is there's James 1 verse James 1 verse 19, right? 19 and 20, right?
Go on.
Verse 19 it say, wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath, right?
Mm-hmm.
It say, for the wrath of man worketh not in the righteousness of power, right? So
Go
I
on.
say the wrath of man worketh not in the righteousness of power, right? You see, like, for example, when it is you're upset, you're supposed to, like, for example, have a particular way of thinking, way of going about things. Even though you might be angry about something, you always have to use as much wisdom as possible and be mindful of your action. You understand? You could just get vexed and do something, and then after you're vexed, you know,
You
Then
have
after you
the
like see
effects and
it,
you do it and then you calm down a sudden way, boy.
right. Because just like I was saying, it's in I think it's in Galatians where it say be ye angry and sin ye not.
Can,
Because majority of the time a man is transgresses when he upset. That's why he has to be careful with certain things like that.
and let me bring this precept here. The
Mm,
Proverbs 4 and 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. You understand? Get understanding to understand, hey, to deal with things with wisdom,
okay.
you have to view everything, even in situations where you might be a first party or a second party, you have to deal with it as a third party. So, like, for instance, for example, how me and you here, you understand? In the
Mm,
back of my mind, before I say something, I thinking about it like a viewer then.
you process it, yeah.
So if I see this and I viewing this now, how I go react to this when watching this? Let me say I know the truth or I know, understand what going on and now see some brothers banging there and they put me onto this site or whatnot and that the understanding I try to use as a third party then. Think about it before you say this or before you do this. Understand? What will be the reaction? You understand? And from that understanding, you will continue your footsteps in wisdom.
I'll be
Because,
surprised.
because like as you say
Mm-hmm.
before we started dive, you understand? Try to be blameless.
Can.
So nobody could say, well, you don't do this or you don't do that or you wasn't on this or whatever the case may be.
I think always, what I say is that Shai Mashiach, he was a perfect example, right? And when he walked, he would try to remain as blameless. He was blameless completely.
Gone,
Even though men did disagree with what it is he was saying or what it is he was doing, whatever the case may be, he didn't do nothing wrong. And he always made sure he didn't do anything wrong. You understand? So you must always try to, just like how I say, be followers of me like I am of Mashiach. Mashiach always tried to remain blameless. The apostles, when they was doing the thing, they try to be blameless. And same thing with us. We're supposed to be trying to be blameless also. And that is wisdom. You understand? To have a good name when you leave here. That is wisdom. That is wisdom that only the Lord could really bestow upon you. Right? Have a precept here. It said Ecclesiasticus 1 verse 1. It say all wisdom cometh from the Lord and is with him forever. You understand? And that the kind of wisdom the Lord does give to men of understanding. You understand? To always be wise. And not and have a next precept here, right? You have anything?
now you on.
Have a next precept here. This is in Proverbs. And this is why I really like precepts like this because you see, when you're in the truth, thinking is a real serious thing. It's really how to think hard about certain things. It's how to process things. You understand? Because anything to do with the Lord's ordinance is a real serious thing, right?
Gone,
Anything to do, I always said that, anything to do with the Lord's ordinance is a real serious thing. The scriptures talk about it, saying, in all things be circumspect.
gone,
You understand? If I had to do some kind of shippiness, I prefer it to be some worldly nonsense that, some little shippiness that don't matter. But when it comes to things of the truth of the Lord that concern the Lord, I just try to be as try to deal with it as wise as possible now, like, you understand? Because some mistakes you don't want to make in this truth. In that kind of way.
gone,
Some mistakes you doesn't want to make. Everybody is making mistakes, yes, it's true. It's a part of man, it's a part of mankind. But some mistakes he doesn't want to make. You always try to deal with it as wise as possible. Right? So this is Proverbs 3. Proverbs 3, I'll start from one, right? It's a little lengthy, right? It's a
I
little
know.
lengthy. Right? Proverbs 3, I'll start from one. It say, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep thine commandments, right? Because we know, as the scripture says, this is our wisdom and our understanding. This is the wisdom and understanding that the Lord gave to us to go about doing things a particular way, right? You see, for length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee, right? It say, let not mercy and truth forsake thee, right? Let not mercy and truth forsake thee, because this is wise things to have according to the scriptures. It say, bind them about thy neck, write them upon the table of thine heart, right? It says, so shalt thou find favor and power, understanding in the sight. Sorry, so like, yeah, read it over. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of power and man. Right? And these things is things you're supposed to do in the sight of men. You understand? To be the light of the Lord now, boy.
Gone.
You understand? So even that is surely wisdom through the scriptures is even being a particular way for others to see. Not according to how they would want to see you, but according to how the Lord want them to see you. You know that kind of way?
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Yeah, even that by itself is wisdom. Because at the end of the day, as the light, you had to be seen and you had to
Gone.
be portrayed a particular way.
Gone.
You know, so all these things is things I just had to be mindful of. Right? Let's say verse 5, it say, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. Because we know that is an unwise thing, whereas you're just doing
Gone.
things according to your own way, and you're not using the scriptures and the spirit to balance things. You know, the Lord does deal with balance. You have to be able to balance things according to the spirit. You know, you search the law and you balance and weigh things according to the spirit. That's how you're supposed to use, especially in this kingdom where it has so much abominations and difficulties. We have to balance things very often. You understand?
Gone.
Guys, I often say, back in Israel, it was already hard for us, and that is when we was in a place where things was more righteous. You understand? So imagine now where you're faced with all these elements, all these poisons, all these spirits roaming about. You understand? It's not going to be easier for you here. It's going to be more difficult. So it's more now than even before. You're supposed to always try to be spiritual minded about certain things and balance certain things a certain way. You understand? Always try to use, especially when it comes to things in the scriptures, always try to be as wise as possible when dealing with it. Right? Lean not on thy own understanding. Is saying all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy steps. And that is wisdom also, seeking the Lord to help direct your steps. Don't just do things according to, any rash way, or just do something. Always seek guidance from the Lord on what is the best way to go about things. You see, a
Gone.
good example of that was what? A good example of that was with what's the story? I think it's Susanna. You understand when she was in the ordeal with the two men who wanted to rape she.
Oh, gone.
You understand? What she do? She prayed to the Lord for guidance. And what he do? He sent Daniel. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had to be spiritual about certain. He's had to be spiritual about certain things. He's had to be real spiritual and use real wisdom when it comes to certain things. It say, verse 7, it say, be not wise in thine own eyes, fear the Lord, and depart from evil. So the wisdom of the scriptures is something that you must always try to utilize. You understand? Always try to utilize it, always try to process things a certain way, always try to do things a certain way. Always try to be as wise as possible, as humble as possible. You understand? Because I often say, you never know what kind of spirits working in the background. The Lord has some kind of spirits here about it, and you don't know what it is He had them doing. You understand? So always good to try to be as wise as possible. Always try to be as humble as possible, so that He will always show you that mercy in our way. You understand? Always try to deal with things as nice as possible. In that aspect. Always try to be mindful of certain things, because As any man of the Lord, we don't know where it is. We don't know where it is the Lord have in store for us.
Con,
And that's why we gotta always try to be wise and understand that, hey, the Lord don't need me, you know. Understand? You don't need me. The Lord
con,
don't need me. You don't need me. You know, as a nice little puppet here outside here doing some work. You don't need me. So I just always try to be mindful of that. You know, try to be wise to know that, hey, you know, try to do things a certain way. Try to be humble in certain situations. Okay, you never know what kind of spirits behind the scenes whispering in your ears and what their intentions is.
con.
Yeah, we have any precepts?
Nah, keep going.
I have one here. In I think it's Corinthians. I have it in Corinthians. I feel this might be my last precept. You know, I look to go to just now, bro.
Con,
Alright. So this is First Corinthians 2.
2 or
2, I'll start from
start from
I'll
what?
start
Start
from
from
10.
what?
About
Oh,
10.
oh, all right, go ahead. Well, I have a precept before 10, but go ahead.
No, if you like to read it out to me.
It's First Corinthians 2 and 5. That your
Mhm.
faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the
Right.
power of power.
Right.
You understand?
Because really and truly, wisdom of the Lord is how it is used to decide things.
Con,
Even people sometimes think to themselves that people doesn't understand why this truth has been so hard. This truth is one of the reasons why this truth has been so hard is because when you come into this truth, you don't do things according to how you would like to do it anymore. You know, a lot of people just think that this truth easy in the sense of when you're serving the Lord, you gain everything you want. You don't always get everything you want. Sometimes things just happen in a way that might be how you might like it, but you go how to deal with it. You know that kind of way?
con,
That is already unsure how this truth is be. You usually be faced with stuff that you don't like, but you just have to deal with it. And that is how humility does come in. You understand? Because that is a hard thing to be humble when you want something and you can't get it, but you have to deal with it that particular way. It seems like how a wife might be, a wife or a husband. She mightn't like this or that, but she had to be humble to deal with whatever it is, you know, whatever it is she had to deal with. You understand? So humility by itself is a big thing in this truth. And you had to really use wisdom with it because you want to make sure that you do it accordingly, lovely. Because it's a easy thing, it's an easy thing to mess with you. Right?
con,
I read verse 10 and say, First Corinthians 2 verse 10 and say, but power had revealed them unto us by his spirits. For the spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of power. And that's the kind of wisdom that the men of the Lord has have to be able to search things, you know, according to the spirit and do things on a different level that other people out here wouldn't do it on. You know? Okay, there are things that like I was talking about Susanna that Daniel was revealed to Daniel that nobody else wasn't catching them. That's the kind of spirit that the Lord does give you when you working with you. But
con.
but the but you know all that wisdom that he does give you has come with a certain level of humility, and you had to be a particular way. Like we talk about
Yeah,
in Ecclesiasticus to say I'm the greater thou art, the more humble thyself.
yeah, because in Ecclesiastes, he say, great wisdom does come with great sorrow.
Right. Yeah, Ecclesiastes, yeah, I love that scripture. With much wisdom is much grief.
Con,
Because really and truly, when you learn certain things, it has become harder, not easier. And all these things, obstacles we have had to face. And that's why it had already exercised wisdom when dealing with things. Alright.
con,
It says verse 11 is say, for what man knoweth the things of a man, save he, save the spirit of man which is in him. It say, even so, the things of power knoweth no man but the spirit of power. And that way the Lord is used to reveal these things unto us, right? By the Spirit. It said now we have received, so now we have received not the spirit of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Spirit which is of power, that
Con.
we might know the things that are freely given to us of power, right? It say which things also we speak not in the words which man's wisdom speaketh, right? So that is sure wisdom has even changed the way that you just say things, you just deal with things because you become different. Like when a man was young and then he grew up and he become a doctor, how he would deal with things, how he
It
would
does evolve with wisdom.
huh?
So it does evolve.
Right. Just make it different how you deal with things, how you say things, how you go about doing things. That's the kind of effect that the wisdom of the Lord does have on you. Right? Right. Um, with I'll read about it here. Say which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit teacheth, right? It's a comparing spiritual things with spiritual. So being able to use that discernment, find that balance in certain things and how to go about doing it. Like things that be revealed, that wisdom that is being revealed unto you through the Spirit. You understand? And you also have to try to make decisions the same way, through the Spirit with wisdom. Right? He say, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of power, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can they know them because they are spiritually discerned. Right? I'll read and I'll read this last one here. It say verse 15. It say, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things, and
Con.
he himself is judged of no man. All right, and truly with the wisdom of these scriptures, you can make judgments to a T. You understand? You wouldn't be perfect at doing it. You understand? You wouldn't be perfect as doing it, but you'll be able to make judgments according to righteousness, as men
Con.
rehearsing righteousness.
Con.
All these things in scriptures that show you how important wisdom is. The wisdom of these scriptures, the wisdom of how to deal with things. It's very important.
Con.
But all wisdom does come from the Lord. Even you'll see like these people out here who wise in their own eyes to do certain things. You understand? I sit right now, people outside there drinking and making a noise. You understand? That is the wisdom that the Lord give them. You understand? But we receive a different kind of wisdom. A wisdom that they can't comprehend. And a wisdom that we're supposed to use a particular way and go about doing things a particular way. You understand?
Con.
Anything else? Or that's it?
Nah, that is the talk.
Alright. Well, go on, close off. I have a question.
Alright, talk. Gonna say again. Kalalal Yahweh Basham Yahushai Basham Wakidash. Understand? Once again, double honors to the elders of GMS, to the apostles of GMS, and salutations to the Akim, folk honors of the earth, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. You understand? Using the wisdom and using the wisdom with understanding. You understand? Using the wisdom with humility.
Uh,
May we say Shalom.
if I could also say quick arc, I also say, always try to, in these times, always try to be as spiritual as possible. Always try to use as much wisdom as possible. Always try to be as blameless as possible. Because you
Khan.
see, time's really speeding up now, boy. Time's really speeding up. I know the talk trip just talk about the Lord coming like a thief in the night.
Khan.
We could think how much time we have here, but the Lord could just do so and snap a finger and shit break out and go crazy. You understand? Always try to be mindful. Always try to do what you gotta do. Always try to be as blameless as possible. Use wisdom. You understand? Always try to use wisdom. Because this is one of the gifts. Wisdom and discernment is one of the gifts that the Lord gave to his men along with faith. to be able to endure and deal with things in this place. You understand? It's one of the gifts that he gave to us. I know, sometimes it is being man, or sometimes it is reject these things mentally,
Gone.
because sometimes you might have other things in your spirit, and just certain things might make you, not always think with wisdom now, like, but always try to be as wise as possible, do what you're supposed to know, all these things, because these are like these tools. They like let's talk about the building blocks. These things are the building blocks that the Lord give us to be able to finish this game. You understand? These are the
Gone.
building blocks that He give us, so we gotta use them accordingly. If a man get tools to work, you gotta use the tools. Don't put on your hammer and the nail and you take a big stone and you pound in the wall. You understand? You use the tools that you have, right? Anyway, with that, shalom, Akim.